Well, hello. Today we're going to be talking about a fifth wheel brace stabilizer. We ordered this X-Brace bar, and what this does is it becomes, if you see here, cross braces right across your electric leveling jacks on the front of a fifth wheel, which is supposed to give us side-to-side stability. We're going to check that out. So we'll be doing an unboxing here. Not too much in the box. Got a set of instructions here. Looks like some various hardware, pins, U-brackets. These look like the main brackets here that run crisscross across the legs. And that's it. So I'll take a look at these instructions and we'll check this out. Okay, well, so we're going to be following these instructions through a little bit. They want us to take this end piece off using the spring clip, and we're going to be mounting that got some hardware in here. So it looks like we need one of these U-bolts. That's going to be mounting just like that. Add a couple of nuts, going by the picture. Third time's the charm. There we go. So in the instruction list, the first thing they show here is that you're going to need a 7/16, a 9/16 socket, and then a torque wrench. And since I left most of my tools in Iowa and we haven't gotten back there yet, I just went ahead and bought the sockets that we needed. And we get to do an unboxing on a Home Depot torque wrench too. All right, so we're going to come over here to the leveling jacks, and they want to start on the side opposite of the front door. So we're over here, and we're going to be mounting this on this main piece as high as possible. I think there's some insulation foam right there, so that's about as good as we're going to get. They say if this piece isn't 2 inches long or longer, then you change positions, but we do have plenty of room here. So, and this is a Grand Design Reflection 295 RL that we're installing this on, 2022 model, which clearly needs a bath. We've got the power washer on order, so we'll have that next week. We happen to be doing this down in Georgetown, Texas at the moment. So in case you're wondering, I'm a software developer, so hardware is not my strongest suit. Which for you mechanically inclined people watching this, it's probably going to be obvious. I've been told it can be painful to watch me work with tools. All right, spoiler alert, their instructions are wrong. You also need a 1/2 inch. I want you to tighten these up evenly so that the load is distributed there. That should be good for now. All right, so the next thing they want us to do is mount the other side, which is going to be on the door side of the camper opposite. Now we mounted the offset to the inside of the camper, so we're going to want to do the same thing here. It's going to go here like this. They want us to use the same hole that this pin is going through, if possible, and that's not possible because that pin's going the wrong way. So we're going to use the next one up, which is what they say in the instructions. We're going to have to go the next one higher because that's not fitting either. There we go. So one thing I noticed in the instructions, they want us to use the torque wrench on those bolts, and those are actually 1/2-inch nuts. I got the wrong socket. The other thing to keep in mind with this is those U brackets, the bolt is long, so you need deeper sockets also. So even though I didn't have the right size socket, I also didn't have the right depth socket. Just something to keep in mind. It's always better to have the right tool for the job. But in my world, the right tool is a good laptop, so. I think I'm also going to want to go out and get a washer for this. So the idea is the crossbar is going to run from the top to the bottom, and so when we mount it on this leg up above, we're going to be on the other side. So that'll be on the front side to the front side. That way they can crisscross each other without hitting each other. So we'll be repeating those same steps over here. Like I said, this time the bracket is going to be on this side, whereas on that one we put it on that side. And they do have a couple of extra parts so that if you do have to put this upper one down here, there's an additional support plate and on both sides of this leg. But we're not going to need those since we're up here where it belongs, or in the most ideal spot anyway. So I do machine control programming on coil metal processing equipment. So there's definitely going to be some of our mechanical installers back in Iowa. They're going to enjoy seeing this just to make fun of me. All right, we've reached the end of that socket depth. Like I said, I'll have to get the right socket and come back and retorque these. They want these down to set to 10 pounds of torque. All right, so we've got top one, bottom one. They're on opposite sides of each other because we're going to repeat that process over there. This is one of those ones for the sake of time, you would do a time-lapse condensed video so this goes fast. So I like that we're able to mount these all without any modifications to the camper at all. That's nice. All right, so now we got the crossbar itself. They want to make sure that we have an inch of thread on both ends exposed. And we have these spring clips here to put it in. All right, and then now in the middle, there's another clip. And this allows you to make big adjustments. All right. Now, you can turn these tubes. You see all of these holes. There's matching holes on the inside. And we're going to turn until we get a hole that lines up. All right, there's one right there. All right, so that locks just the overall length, but we're not tight yet. We'll go do that to the other bar now. All right, so the same thing here. We're going to make sure we've got an inch of threads on both ends. So these are threaded in opposite directions. So when we turn this, it's going to be pulling it either tight or out from both ends. That's Very nice setup they got here. So as long as these pins are out, this can freely move in and out so that when we retract our legs, it's going to be fine. You wouldn't want to retract it while these pins are in though, so that's important. So same thing here, we're going to turn this until we find some holes that line up. And I'm actually just turning the bottom one so I can see through the top one. That lines up pretty good. All right, so now we've got that. They're both loose, and now we can hand tighten these. I just want them hand tight. All right, so now these are tight. They're putting cross pressure on the legs from at the top of them down to the bottom. And then we'll see how that feels for stability. All right, so well, that feels rock solid. We'll know more tonight after we see how it feels when we're inside walking around. But my understanding is this gives way more stability than the tripod mounts, which you commonly see with fifth wheels. So we'll have to see and we'll report back. Thanks again. This is John Welty and Melissa.